everybody, welcome back to another Krita class. Today we're going to go over how to import and manage bundles within Krita and how to export them as well for sharing with other people or for transferring computers, things like that. So real quick, a bundle is basically just a collection of brushes and other assets within Krita. And these can include things like your workspace, textures, palettes, and brushes, obviously, and basically anything that you can create within Krita. And the reason you want to create a bundle for that is maybe you have a specific project you're working on. You need all of these assets to be together to give to somebody else to either help you with the project or continue the project while you do something else. And it also is helpful to save backups of the brushes you make, the workspaces you create for yourself for different purposes. I personally have my own bundle that I've made. You can see here I have Missy's workspace, and that's part of a bundle I made because I have two computers and I like to make sure that I have the most up-to-date brushes that I've made on the second computer when I'm doing travel and things like that. So this is why bundles are important and why we're going to go over them today. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is go to settings. We're going to manage resource libraries. This is where you would import, deactivate, activate, and create bundles. So you can see that every time we update Krita, we have the resource bundles here. Not all of them are active, so the Krita 3 default is not active. But if I wanted to, I can activate it and take all the brushes and other assets within this bundle from an old version of Krita and apply it to the current version. I don't have anything within Krita that I am missing right now from Krita 3, but all the brushes and things like that they've updated have either been better or I've just customized some new ones that they've made. So I don't need to activate the Krita 3 default resources. Here we have the Krita 4 default bundle. You can see it's active because instead of activate, it says deactivate. So we can actually go to edit bundle. So that's going to be located in your user profile, app data, roaming Krita. I don't know the MAC location offhand, but I believe it is in the Krita handbook. If I click on that resource, Krita 4 default resource bundle, I can open it. And here I can look at all the things that are within this bundle. So this is my bundle, or I believe this is my workspace. Yeah, if I hover over it, the name shows up and it's Missy's workspace. But I can go ahead and look at all these different things and start messing around with them. So if I hit next, I can choose the tags that I want to modify. I enter the bundle details. So if I want to change, like maybe, we'll say, maybe Krita has a different website for all their bundle resources now, and I want to take the website and then change it there. I'm not going to do that. And I can change the save location. I'm also not going to do that. I'm going to hit cancel. But if you need to edit something or just tweak the naming or information of the bundle, that's how you can do it. And you can see Missy's stuff. This is mine. This is something I believe updated a couple times, and I'll eventually get this together and give you guys a bundle of all my assets that I use. I just have to do a couple things to clean some files up. So we're going to import a bundle. We're going to click on import, and we're going to go to where I saved it. So I have a folder called brushes where I keep a lot of my Krita assets and bundles and things like that. So you see here, Krita bundles. I have some that I have not reinstalled, but they're here. I'm going to install Gel Pen by one of the users in my Discord, someone sane, and he was nice enough to share this with everybody in the server. So if you would like to have access to this, definitely go join my Discord. Link is in the description below. And you can go ahead and play with this brush as well. So I'm going to hit open. You can see it has a nice little icon that was made. You can see he has this information here. So if you want to go follow my Instagram, you can. And we're going to close. All right, so now that we have that imported, we're going to close this. We're going to go to manage resources. I'm going to go under brush presets because this is a brush that we were given. We're going to go to local, click on gel pen, and we can see what the icon brush looks like. I'm going to close this. I'm going to bring my brush presets out, and I'm going to find it. And it's right here. So I can actually assign this to a tag if I want. I can just say imported brushes. So So if I right click on that now, if I go to remove tag, you can see that it is assigned imported brushes. Now if I go to my pop-up palette by right clicking, I can click on tag and I can go to imported brushes and it's there. Go back to custom. All right, I'm gonna put this back. All right, so we have the brush here. I'm actually going to make this a little bit bigger. So now we can use this brush. You can see it has a nice ink texture to it. It has a low opacity, so as we keep drawing over it, it looks like, or it becomes more opaque, which is really nice. I love how this, it almost has like a watercolor feel. You look how it reacts when I keep drawing over the same spot. Very nice. All right, so now we're gonna go over how to make our own custom bundle. And I highly recommend doing this for your own settings and your own workspaces, just as for backup purposes, even if you're not gonna share it with anybody, because it's always nice to have a backup somewhere in case you have to restart your computer like completely from scratch, something happens to Krita, you have to reinstall it, all that stuff. So many reasons why you want to back up your bundles. All right, so we're gonna go to settings and make our own bundle now. So it doesn't really matter which window you use. You can use the resource library bundle if you'd like, or you can just use the manage resources. Create bundle. So first we want to pick what we want within this bundle. So if we go to workspaces, you can see all these workspaces are here. We can say I want to use my custom one. And just click on it and it gets added. We're going to go to palettes. You can do custom. You can also do untagged. I believe this is for my comics. I'll add that in there. And then custom. This is for this is for one of my tutorials that I did for colors. I'll add that in there as well. Patterns. I don't have anything custom that I've made. However, if you're saying you want to share a bundle with somebody and you want to say, I always want to use this pattern for this bundle, just in case we lose it, you can add a pattern in there. I'm actually going to remove it because I don't want to break anything. But if you were to have a pattern you made, you can put it in there. Brush presets. We're going to add a couple of brushes I made. I don't remember which these are because I didn't put an icon on them. And I think that should be good. We can hit next. Now we have tags. So if you have tags that you want to put within this bundle, we can do that as well. So if we go to here, we can do custom. So we add custom to the bundle. If we have gradients, I don't think I have any tags for gradients or patterns, so we'll just leave that alone. Next. And for a new bundle, I'm just going to say tutorial bundle for the sake of the video. And then I can put all my information here so that way when I share the bundle, whoever has any questions on it can either email me, go back to my website, or whatever. Especially if you want to share it with others and you're going to say, yeah, I have this bundle. If you want it yourself, here's where you can get it from. You can actually make a custom icon for this. So if you click on that little arrow, you can go to wherever your icon is saved and you can add that image there. Now these are the dimensions for your icon, so you can go make that as a separate Krita file, save it out as a JPEG, I believe should be fine, and then it should be okay. I'm just going to pick a random photo. There we go. So it's squished because it's not the right dimensions, but you can see how you can just add whatever photo you want for your bundle icon, which I recommend doing so you don't have a bunch of white boxes like I do. Now we're going to choose our save location. So by default, it's going to my documents, which I don't want it there. I'm going to go to my brushes folder and I'm just going to leave it right here. And I'm going to hit save. So now if I go back to my Windows viewer, I can see it right here, tutorial bundle. I have now saved that bundle, which is awesome. So now you can share that with others, email it, upload it wherever I like to, Gumroad or Coffee or wherever you like to sell things, for example. You can sell your bundle or just give it out for free. And if you reset to Krita over here on your computer, you can always go back and import that bundle again. All right, that's it for this video. Hopefully you learned how to create your own bundle, how to import bundles. So that way, if you do join the Discord and you see some awesome stuff that's being shared with other users, you can import that stuff easily. We'll go over importing other types of files later in the next video. But for bundles, I thought that would be the easiest way to get started with how to manage a lot of these new brushes and things like that within Krita. So really your homework is to make your own bundle, and I would call this your backup preset bundle or your backup brushes bundle or whatever you most use. That way, if you have to get a new computer or switch computers or you want to share it with somebody, you always have a collection of the assets you've made within Krita so you never lose them. Alright, thank you guys for watching this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them, and I will see you in the next video.